Hi, everybody. I'm Willem,
And I'm Tim.
and this is Hear Me Out Pitch. Oh, it's a day. Yep.
Yep.
Well, I think honestly yesterday, making hamburgers for somebody's birthday was really good. It was you. You're old. I'm just kidding.
Getting there.
You know, it's weird because I'm like, oh man, Tim's so young. And then I think 24 and I'm like, that's how old my dad was when I was born. Hashtag Utah problems. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here I am in 30, less than
4 months. Mm-hmm. 5.
5
months. You got 5 months.
Calm down.
You're
Calm
good.
down. Oh gosh. My 20s are leaving me. But we hope everyone's having a great week. Hope you all had a good Valentine's Day.
Sorry we missed last week. I was really sick. I couldn't breathe, so yeah.
Yeah, and I took the opportunity to fall behind with the editing. So as one does.
Yep.
Before video editing, every week on Friday, y'all used to get an episode audio every week. Now, y'all are just kidding. I mean, I could still do the audio. Because all I'm doing is, because I don't really edit any of our tangents anymore with the video. So, like now, this would probably stay. I try not to really
Just the racy comments.
Racy, not racist. Racy.
Yeah, no, that is the best word for it.
No, I think we do. I do pretty good. Behind the scenes, though. I'm just kidding.
If we recorded our prep conversation.
You all might not believe this, but Tim swears like a sailor.
No,
No,
I don't. I don't like swearing.
it's me.
No.
Oh, I don't? Yeah, okay.
There are people I know that swear way more than you do. Anyway.
You know, if are you thinking Zach?
Yeah.
He told me that I was a bad influence on him once. And I was like,
No. No.
I love you so much, Zach. Hope you're listening. Love you. Anyway, we are,
We're gonna do another original.
Yeah, another original. We were gonna, I think very soon we're gonna go see Brave New World. I'm not gonna sit here and cry. I'm not like, oh,
I'm not. My hopes are low, so I'm hoping that.
I hope it's a decent time sitting in the theater eating a bucket of popcorn. But we're definitely gonna go on a Tuesday discount day.
Yeah, I'm not gonna spend full price.
No.
For a Marvel movie.
No.
Not in this day and age.
Not right now. Not right now.
5 years ago,
Absolutely.
sure, I would have spent full price for a Marvel movie. Not anymore.
There's definitely some things I've heard and I definitely want to talk about, and definitely some things already I would have done differently for this movie. Kind of, we already talked about it, but I really am excited to see the Incredible Hulk sequel that we've always been waiting for, and
And I need to watch Falcon and Winter Soldier.
not really. Maybe like one. I know like 2 episodes you probably should watch before. We'll find them. Anyway, point being, Tim had a dream.
Yeah.
Tim had a dream.
And it's not that dream.
It's a wonderful dream.
It's not the dream that a man had sitting on Washington Hill. This is a dream about Magic Cowboys.
Magic Cowboys.
Magic Cowboys.
For all the Mistborn fans, this is for you.
Yeah. Specifically Era 2.
Yeah. Yeah. The second I saw Arrow 2 with guns and cowboys, I was like, this is going to be one of my favorites.
My skepticals were on, and then I took them off.
Your skepticals? I have
my skeptical.
I have never. That's a clip.
I'm gonna say thank you to Mabel Pines in Gravity Falls.
Oh gosh. Okay, that does sound
It's-
familiar.
What is it? Episode 1, I think, that she does that.
I have a good friend who is gonna love that
she
clip.
does this.
I don't know, but
I can't remember if it was this.
I don't know.
I can't remember.
I can't do it anymore. I don't have good my my forearms. Sierra, this is your fault. Stupid rock climbing and dead hanging. Anyway, so tell us about your dream, Tim.
Well, basically, I had a dream the other night that I was a cowboy and I had magic and I could imbue my bullets with this magic. And so I could shoot like explosive bullets that if you've ever played The Legend of Zelda, specifically Twilight Princess, where you can combine your arrows and make bomb arrows, that's kind of what it felt like, and it was dope. The idea I got after this dream, because another bullet another power that I dreamt about, I got shot, and I felt the bullet like tear through me, and then it healed my wounds after it passed through. So like it healed me. It was this kind of fun play on healing, right? In D&D, sometimes you can have fun combos. For example, the monk paladin that punches you to do its lay on hands. And I had one of my friends do that, and she knocked me unconscious, and then she brought me back to life with more hit points than I had before. So it was really fun. Anyway, there's that, and then yeah, I was thinking a little bit more today. This power would be just imbuing objects with magic. It wouldn't just be bullets, but in the Wild West, bullets would be the main medium for said power. But if you go back in time, right, you'd imbue your sword to be to light on fire, or you would imbue your arrows to do the same thing that these bullets would do. Maybe you'd imbue your armor to be a little bit more bulky and beefy. But right now in the Wild West, you've got guns, and these bullets are moving faster than an arrow could, and so they're doing more damage than an arrow could, and you're imbuing them with this magic. So armor isn't really a big thing. Maybe we could pull a Back to the Future 3 and do like just a chest plate.
Oh gosh, I love that. I'm so glad you've seen that. Jeez.
Of course, I've seen Back to the Future.
There's a few movies that you haven't seen.
It's true. Back to the Future is one I have seen.
Appreciate it. So I had a random thought, and I kind of chuckled at work because I had an idea for our main character. Well, at least I wanted to add some play on this. Tim told me about this dream last night.
Yep.
And I immediately thought, what if we had a Fix-It Felix type of main character? All he could do was heal. And so I'm thinking every single person is born like their quirk, the play, however you want to see it. They all have blessings of only one thing. Someone picks up objects, they turn into ice. They get ice bonus. They have ice guns, ice swords. Someone fire, someone explosion, someone poison. But
kind of like Mistborn era too, where everybody's got their thing, right?
Yeah.
Wax has iron and steel, so he's able to mess with his weight.
Yeah.
And
then store it and
push on metals.
Yeah.
Right? Which makes for some really, really cool I hesitate to use the word visuals, but like literary visuals.
It was I liked, in my opinion, I think I liked Era 2 more because Brandon Sanderson did something absolutely insane and nerfed an entire people. He made them limited, and they had to think about it. And the thing is, I think Era 2's people scare me a little more than the first era.
I mean, Miles' 100 lives?
I don't know how would the Lord Ruler feel about Miles? He'd be like, oh, good gravy.
Well, the Lord Ruler could do what Miles can do.
You're right.
He did.
But
do what
Miles could
do.
okay, I guess you're right. He did the same thing. He was a mini Lord Ruler.
Yeah. I mean, the Lord Ruler was powerful because he had all of the abilities. Anyway, if you haven't read Mistborn at this point and we're spoiling things, go read the book.
I am so sorry.
You probably will hear some slip-ups from us with some of these.
Lucky for you, I can edit and you'll have a little spoiler warning and like 3, 2, and then just like skip like 5 seconds. Or I'll just cut that out. Either way. Or you just look forward to that kind of stuff. Because if you've read Era 2 by now, I mean, anyway, whatever. Point being is, I think it'd be funny to have a main character who, I love the trope of, I want to be this, but I'm not made for it. I love that trope so much. I read a book where it was a warcaster. He was a warcaster, but he wanted to heal.
Huh.
He was he was amazing. He would make he could make an explosion and it would incinerate. Like, it even scared the main character, who was perfect. It's a weird series. I think you'll like it, but I love that trope, and I think it would be hilarious that he's one of the best fighters, and you can see him like, I would love to see him like punch somebody and they get knocked back. Imagine, just like you were mentioning with your friend, these are some laying on of hands. Yeah. Punches the dude, knocks him out, and he like stands up like 2 seconds later going, "Thanks, man, I feel great," and walks away. Like, everyone uses him for sparring because he can't hurt you. So how would this character?
I think the way it would work is you are like mentally actually doing the imbuing. Mm-hmm. So it's not just an automatic, everything you touch is imbued. It's not golden touch. It's not the Midas touch. Mm-hmm. So he could use a regular bullet that'll still kill somebody, or he can imbue it with that healing energy. He can choose.
And that's why
I could see some really fun interactions between characters where, he shoots his best friend in the foot, and so it really hurts, but then it heals, and he's like, "Want me to do that again?"
Or he's torturing, like he's like,
right, the torture where
he's intimidating them, and then when he like, he shoots him, he could shoot them.
Actually,
I don't want to get like canceled.
The hammer.
Yes, or he could blam the person in their cranium, but it heals them, and then he goes, "This next one, I'm not going to do that again." Here's my thought though with it is, what if he had a curse? What if he literally is Fix-It Felix?
You've been so obsessed with curses lately.
Oh, not like a curse. I don't know. I just think it would be funny, like in a world where everyone.
I think it could be fun. I'm leaning more towards
they choose to to imbue it, and I think that works too. But if there was,
then we can have, and I think it could be. Right. In D&D, when you have magic, you have spell slots. Like, you have a limited amount of magic you can use. I think not exactly the same system, but a similar, you are limited by how much you can do. Right. So maybe he ends up and you can expand it when you work towards when you're using your abilities more and more, it gives you more and more of that ability, kind of mana almost. Like,
no,
you're able
I think you're right. And
that.
Random tangent with the curses, I think I've been playing too many Rogues games, because nearly every Rogues games always has a curse. They have a little item that you put on and it gives you this buff, but in turn you have, and I like those. I like, and think of the symbiote. You get stronger. I think we have curses every now and then. We have something that debilitates. Is that the word?
Yeah.
I love how Tim is like 6 years younger than me, but I look to him like, is that word real? Is that real word?
Yeah.
I didn't get
I'm an author. It's
I was debating on minoring in English, and my mother's an English major, and I still go, word? Yes, correct. It's because I play too many video games. That's not it. My brain. I think you're right. I think if they were to all infuse, how do you like the idea though that you're born with just one element? Like there's a family of people and they all.
I like it, and I think it should be non-hereditary.
Okay.
I think it should be random, maybe it's event based. So if you're born in a certain area at a certain time, you're going to have this effect. So like twins, 9 times out of 10 will have the same ability. And at that point, I'm thinking we have a pair of twins that have the same ability, and that's our main antagonists.
I was thinking they're identical twins, but they are opposite.
No, I'm thinking they're identical twins, and they are the bad guys.
Oh no, I think that's fine.
And they both have this ability. Maybe they have the ability to imbue their weapons with explosives, and so they go around and they just they just raise everything to the ground.
What if one is oil
and one is fire?
Yeah,
could be fun.
I like to play like if you're. But I think you're right. It doesn't need to be a curse because he would still be at a disadvantage. Because if all you can do is heal, but the person you're fighting is, if my bullets get inside you, you will just simply explode.
Yeah, and I think I'm imagining like a lot of right. Maybe his main weapon is he's got his pistol and a knife, and he uses the knife to heal himself, and the pistol or he uses both to heal people or to injure, right? The knife is up close, like we could see him what's the character's name? Winter Soldier, right? With
Bucky?
The knife. Yeah. In Winter Soldier,
when they have the
fight, and Bucky's fighting with the knife, I'm imagining like he is our main character is as adept with a knife as he is with.
Oh, I want him to be absolutely wonderful with. I just want him to be one of the best hand to hand. It's just ironic because he has to make up for it. I think the beginning. Right. I'm imagining the term for them is slingers.
I like it. That's cool.
I just imagine. Here's what I'm imagining: that they're all registered. It's a registered thing. They don't say the power type because he's so unique. So the government decided to keep him.
Well, this is cowboys. We don't need to be registered.
You're right.
I was kind of thinking everybody wears. Everybody's got their big poncho, right, to help shield them from the wind, from the sand.
Are you making Mistborn tassels out of a poncho?
No.
That's how I imagine it, though.
We could. I'm straight up thinking like cowboys.
No, I got you.
Like a lot of cowboys have that poncho.
No, I imagine the poncho, but it's got the little.
We could do
little
tassels or something. But some of them will want to display what power they've got, what ability they've got, and so they've got different colors on their ponchos, or even their hats. Like they've got a different color ribbon going around the hat, the top of the hat.
Random. Sorry, I know you can tell that my face. I'm giving off the Willem's got a.
Willem's got an idea.
I want him to be incredibly scarred because he always has to. Ooh.
I don't think he has to hurt himself.
Well, it's if you're stabbing and it's immediately healing.
Well, maybe he's got a ring, and he can imbue that with healing, and that'll like feed him.
That's true. In worst case scenarios, though,
or maybe earrings, because the earrings are pierced through, right?
So do you want it? So do you want it that it has to be that this magic has to? Because if I touch a table and I have like Gambit if I touch a whole table, Gambit can essentially
Make the entire table explode.
he can go up to, Gambit is I believe
Gambit's scary.
I believe he is an Omega or he's the tier beneath it. Cuz essentially I think he got grabbed onto Wolverine's skeleton once through an exposed rib and did the whole thing. Mm-hmm. Wolverine barely lived, but that just shows you like
Wolverine, he can heal anything.
Ugh. Point being, so when everyone's like eating at a dinner table, will our main character just be able to put his hand on a table and people just start feeling better? If he sits in a hot tub, and if people join him, will he heal them? So maybe he's just this like hermit that goes around doing good.
I think so. But maybe what would be ironic is if he's the sheriff of a town.
I was thinking that bandits come to a little small town. It's beautiful, luscious town. He's healing. He helps towns. He does all this charity. He's like this good luck charm. And this town is healing. They ravish everything, and they're pulling people around, and they're like, and the main boss man could be the twins, or could be just a random guy because we're introducing our main hero.
I think just some
just
guy.
A rando. All he does, he imbues things with
fire.
And he's burning the place down. He goes, I heard there was a Slinger here, and I know that he's the sheriff. And they bring out this lanky young boy looking guy. I love how my voice is trying to get a twang. Sorry, but I would love for it to be a fight. He's using all his tools. He's shooting regular bullets, and they're like, if you're a Slinger, use your power. And he's just getting pissed off because he's not doing anything. And I just imagine they pinned him down, or it's a heroic stand, but what I'm imagining is he finally gets a hand on someone's gun. It's got the whole one bullet left. And he like leans up, and the boss man is sitting there, and our main character is cut, bleeding, broken. And he goes, one bullet left, boy. How are you? Go, bam! And he shoots himself in the head and immediately feels better and goes, oh.
Not in the head. I think avoid headshots just for the healing.
Imagine though that the more critical it is, just imagine how weird that would be though, because like it goes in, but it doesn't come out, and he just maybe
he gets shot through the jaw, and then that bullet he shoots himself in the shoulder, and then you see his jaw heal.
Either way, I want it to be a dramatic like.
Yeah, I want to avoid headshots for that, just because it's a lot more graphic, and that's grounds for, if it's a movie, it's grounds for a higher rating.
I imagine it's off camera.
Right.
They just hear a bang and they're all shocked, and we see our character put the gun away from his head. Nothing came out.
I think the shoulder.
Either way, just hinting that he shot himself. And we see all the bullets. I think here's why I'm thinking it is the more drastic he does it, it's like an equivalent of
as damaging as the bullet could have been if it was normal. That's how.
So
much
if he's dying, he has to, if he needs to equivalate. So if he's on the brink of death, he needs to do something that would say this will kill me and this will even it out, because that's his curse. Or not curse. Sorry, not a curse. That's his. He imbues healing. So the more fatal it will be, it actually does the opposite, and it's healing. So that's my vision. I just don't think a simple shoulder. That's why, and we don't need to show the headshot. We just hint that that's what he did, and he could even spit out the bullet. And he goes, I don't like when it goes through my head, and he spits it down, and he's completely fine, normal, and then he just charges forward, and they're just really confused.
And it's the hand. At this point, it's the hand to hand.
Yeah, with the knife. And it's funny because he's like, so can he heal people by just touching them?
I think so.
But
he can't heal himself by touching himself.
So it would be cute though if after all the bandits are wound up, all of them are healed and none of them are dead, and he goes, tell no one about it. Get on. You all get your lives today. And even some of the bandits decide to stay. Like
any of you who want to stay and start a new life,
you're welcome for it.
That's what this town's for.
And that would be the kind of the introduction to this guy. He's just pretty. He doesn't like fighting, or maybe he does. I don't know. But I just feel like that would be a fun intro. It would be the absolute most. The bang goes off and all of them go, Did he just? And he stands up. Ooh, that was fun. And he's like, yeah, I am a slinger. Awkward enough though. I heal people. And like, your bullets heal people? Yeah, sadly they do. Something like that. I think it would be funny.
Maybe he does shoot at this point. Like he would kill the bandit captain guy, and
that would be cute.
That would be the he heals him, and holsters his gun, heals this bandit captain, and says, now you get on out of here, and we'll have no issues.
Yeah.
And the bandit captain turns and tries to shoot our main character, and our main character just fans the hammer, puts out 6 shots, straight into this guy's chest, and
they're like, oh,
and he's like, I don't have to heal, and the captain falls dead.
All right. But the rest of I feel like the rest of the crew,
rest of the bandits are like, oh, this guy knows how to fight. This guy knows what he's doing. There's a reason
maybe he wasn't using a gun the whole time with the fight. He was just, they didn't think he could. Mm-hmm. Maybe that's why.
He's got it still holstered.
Yeah,
but it's
they
got
just
that
refuse.
strap over the top.
Yeah,
the safety strap.
Safety strap. I just think this would be a funny. The idea that you said about you feeling the bullets tear through you, but then you just feel fine. I was like, that is like, what if that was your main, like, what if this guy was so excited, like, I'm gonna be a cowboy, I'm gonna stop bad guys, and he figures out his slinger power, and it's healing, and they're like, oh, that's.
But he really doesn't want to be a doctor.
He's like, gosh dang it. He's like, you'd be a
fantastic
great
doctor.
surgeon. No, I want to kill.
I'm not gonna be a doctor.
Oh, come on.
I'm not gonna be a doctor. I'm gonna be a sheriff.
We accidentally just made a cowboy.
We kind of did. Except this cowboy doesn't have the ability to just. He doesn't have the ability to use his powers to kill.
Okay. All right. Well, I think we have a fun main character.
We want a name for our character.
I am terrible with names. I can't. I actually no. I'm surprised at myself with the Slinger thing. I like that.
I think it looks.
I think it fits for all the cowboy. It fits all the cowboy vibes, and I just imagine they see them, because usually they always in most cowboy movies, like, they're gunslinger, all these things, but just to call all of those who have power slingers, and you're like, ah, crap.
He could be known as the Lifeslinger.
Oh, I like it. That would probably be the name of the movie.
I'm kind of thinking a name, just kind of thinking
Jebediah.
Classic cowboys, but a little bit unique. Thinking Chance.
What would be, think of a wizarding twist for Cassidy. Nah, I'd rather have the villains have Cassidy, because Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. What was the name? Cash? What'd you say?
Chance.
I think I like that. I think that fits the cowboy vibe with. So, is this the only type of magic that there is? Is this more? Yeah. Is this going to be fantasy, or is this just straight up Wild West, but some people have powers?
Wild West, but some people have powers.
Do they use? So, would people who maybe can imbue combustion, would some of them decide, I don't want to do that, and some of them work on locomotives, and they.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Like a lot of. Again, I'm going to use a lot of D&D terms just to help.
I'm thinking of Avatar: The Last Airbender, which is turning 20 on Friday.
Ooh, ouch! I'm old. You're old. No,
Good night, everybody.
I'm thinking for For that, it would be. I lost my train of thought.
I don't know, but I realize this is our second cowboy character that we've done.
It is.
I really want to revisit that story someday, but it's fine.
I'm kind of thinking for, in terms of, I have combustive powers. I'm going to work on a train. I think that fits, right? I don't want to be tied down to the abilities I've got. I don't want to use them for harm, so I'm going to use them to better the world. Like you said, Avatar. I'm specifically thinking Legend of Korra, where lightning benders, they're going in like Mako, like they go in and they're generating electricity, they're generating energy.
See, I
The back to my D&D terms, like good aligned people.
yeah.
A lot of them will choose activities or careers that are good aligned. I think we can see, some people who are able to imbue things with cold powers, for example. They create these ice houses that are used to store meats and crops and stuff to make them last longer. People that are able to do fire, they work on locomotives. They work with they are the ones creating these furnaces that are heating entire cities.
Do we have airplanes, like kind of crude-ish airplanes, pretty quickly? Because
Hot air balloons. I'm thinking hot air balloons.
hot air balloons.
Not quite airplanes. That's
I feel like if that's a
way that'd be after. I kind of want to stick with the time period.
I mean,
and what's
if
going
we could
on.
add a little bit of steampunk to it,
Yeah, steampunk is fine.
but it would be cool to have just like extensive gliders that they've just made. Just they don't get far, but they're like, wow, the first glider was able to get to 10 miles the other day. Is amazing. Well, how'd they do it? Well, they had some wind slingers be able to press the turbine, and it just went through. We all the way home. And they're like, what did you just say? Nothing. I don't know. I think that's a lot of fun, and I think that's a lot of world building that we could save for when we type this down in the future.
Right.
I do like to want to give you guys a glimpse of world building, but I think I want to try to start me and Tim just get the skeletons of these stories, get the fun, like exciting ideas out. Here is someone I have for a main antagonist, and it might be cheesy, but if he is someone who brings life, the other end, someone who imbues and it's automatic death, the touch of death, straight up.
I think. Yeah, he could be known as the the Reaper. I
I
hesitate to call him the Reaper.
it
for the
fits for
sake-
the cowboy.
It does, for the sake of Overwatch.
Oh gosh.
Right, we've got McCree / Cassidy, right, and he's our cowboy good guy.
I've never played Overwatch, so I vaguely
fun.
know it.
But then we've got Reaper, who is the Grim Reaper, and he uses these little,
Pistols.
almost like hand shotguns.
Dun, dun. All right, I guess that's funny.
But we could still do it.
We can just call him.
I don't know.
No, what? Now, okay. Now that I
Maybe
mentioned
not quite instant death, but like almost like a withering effect.
plague,
Yeah.
life. He steals life. He doesn't give it.
Life Stealer.
Yeah,
So we've
he's
got
old.
Life Slinger and Life Stealer.
Yeah, we could make it, and it's funny because I just imagine him like in his 50s plus, but he's old. Kind of like that idea.
Yeah. I mean, living out in the sands and harsh sun, you age faster.
And the thing is, I already know that Idris Elba played a gunslinger, but I immediately put him as the Reaper character.
I was imagining Russell Crowe.
Oh, jeez. We're on two different ends here.
We are.
That is okay.
I was imagining Russell Crowe
As the Reaper?
Yeah.
Oh,
as
jeez.
our bad guy.
Oh my gosh.
I think he'd do a good job.
I think he would, and it's funny they both have been
Yeah.
cowboys many times. All right, I'll think of it. I could go with Russell Crowe.
We could do Michael Caine. Just the super old.
Okay, but Michael
I
Caine,
think he could do it.
Dark Knight at the third movie.
Right.
Then we could
Well,
do
Or in Now You See Me, he does a good
no.
job.
We can do better. We can find someone who can
Right.
actually do it right now. I think if the honestly, no, I don't want to do Thanos. I can't think of his name at the moment. Wow, I can't think of his name. But the bad guy from the first Avatar movie, who?
Rowan Atkinson. Mr.
Oh, Mr. No.
That's the first one that popped up.
He just gets the gun up, looks at the camera, just goes.
It's the first one, the first name that popped up. I looked up actors in their 70s.
Okay.
And Rowan Atkinson is 70.
Jeez.
And I think that could be fun.
Oh, you know who it could be? The Karate Kid. He just turned 60, and he has a baby face, but I bet he would. Oh, he'd be scary, because he looks so young, but yet he's so old. Please do not beat me up.
Do Michael Keaton. I think he'd do a really good job. And he's kind of got that cowboyish, rugged look.
Nope, I know who I want. I would want. Oh crap! I just was looking him up. He played the bodyguard with Whitney Houston. He played Clark Kent's dad in Man of Steel. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, everyone's going to make fun of me because I lost it.
Pierce Brosnan could work.
Oh my gosh. Kevin Costner.
Yeah, that could work.
I think Kevin Costner would be absolutely terrifying because he's been killing it in Yellowstone. I would be terrified. I think he could do it, but maybe someone just a little more animated. Maybe the guy who plays, I don't know. Point being, I just want an older character. He could be a lot of fun. Do we want them to be... I know you said no relation, but...
Rick Moranis could work. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. The dad.
Panic? Not Panic. He plays one of the moose in Brother Bear.
Does he?
Yeah.
He's also he's the newer Ghostbuster in the old ones.
Yeah. No, I got you.
The comedian guy. It would be hilarious.
I think it would be. If it was. But point being is,
anyway, we can find someone.
And the thing is, we don't really need to. I just want to give them like an idea of what we'd imagine, because most likely these are going to be audio stories one day at first, and so we want you just to imagine these gritty, older. Honestly, I know he's passed on, and you'll appreciate this, but John Hurt.
Yeah.
I was imagining the War Doctor.
Yeah,
immediately.
John Hurt would work.
I think
John Hurt was the first one that came to my mind, and then I remembered.
He came to my mind too, but I wouldn't want it. I imagine that rugged look, but I don't want a English accent. I would want a rugged old American man, just from the West, and he just sounds groggy, smokes way too much, and just the sand has ruined his throat, and I would like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I think his two underlings though would be the twins.
I was thinking the same thing. I think they're his kids. And they are maybe their slinger ability, their imbuing would be. I know I said the explosives. I'm almost thinking something more psychological. So they imbue things with fear.
Good gravy.
You know how terrifying right.
No,
The irony,
I
but
love
you know how
Scarecrow.
terrifying it would be if you see these two men
I'm just thinking
in their 40s ish, 30s or
I
40s.
imagine daughters because of Kubo.
Yeah, could.
Either way,
do.
I'd ooh. But yeah, no, and I think that'd be terrifying, Tim. So are you really for them having the same power, or would you want
I
to
think
try to do
they've got to have the same power.
Okay. I'll side with you on that. I mean, you could have fear. You could have 4 children. We get like some horseman type action.
Autocorrect. Sorry, I'm texting my wife.
His
Real
wife.
I texted her, I wish you luck, and it autocorrected luck to lick.
Oh, good. Okay, Tim, I got scared. I was like, I wish you duck.
Mm-hmm.
You know how many times I say duck you to people because of autocorrect? I am so kidding. I am so kidding. I fix it. No, I think 2 twins, fear.
Mm-hmm.
Man, they could be the twisted version of the Hardy Boys. Like, geez. Oh, just these men, yeah, in their 40s. They are running an empire.
They are known only as fear and terror.
Ooh. Pain and panic.
The serious versions.
The serious
of
versions.
Pain and Panic, yeah.
Oh my gosh, no. Imagine, no. Really, though. Fear and agony. One shoots you and you think of the pain reel. You get shot and it's automatically like you are agonizing.
Pain.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Fear
I like
sons are fear and agony. Oh my gosh.
I like it.
Okay, I know you
fear and agony, and it could be, their mother died in childbirth, and that's why. Like that is the kind of setting event that caused them to develop that particular set of powers.
I know you're not saying it's hereditary, but I think that their father being more of this not psychological,
I don't think
but affecting.
I think still keeping it the non-hereditary. This is their mother was in agonizing pain, and she was afraid for her life when she gave birth to these two, and that's why those are the two abilities that they have. And you know
what's sad though? Is I want our main character's mother to have died in childbirth, but she died happily to sacrifice for him, Harry Potter style.
Yeah.
And he got life.
Love is the most powerful magic out there, guys.
Absolutely. And I know that's cheesy, but I think that would be very sweet. And that could be something that is so... Could people's powers, do they awaken? When do they awaken in this world, Tim? When would you like that? Is it something that you do?
I'm thinking puberty. I'm thinking puberty. Like that's...
Could it ever happen later? I'm talking later.
Sure.
I'm kind of thinking that.
I'm thinking it could happen earlier or later. I was kind of thinking our main character developed it early.
I want our 3 antagonists, that the wife dying is what drives all of them. So the poor boys, they come out
already
screaming and agonizing, like poor nurses. We just see nurses holding the agonizing one, they're screaming, but the only person who could ever hold them and never feel it is their dad, and they're never affected by him. That would be I would want that dynamic. The thing is, I would want the death of his wife. He can't touch anyone except the only 2 things that remind him of his wife. I know.
It became so depressing.
I love that stuff.
I think it works.
Okay, you want a good antagonist? If we are having a character who brings so much life and joy, then
You need the opposite.
I need something opposite, and to have a man so angry at death that he becomes death, and his two sons, because of their birth, their mother died in pain and agony. And I imagine I just imagine that he was a kind man.
Maybe his nickname is the Silver Death. Then it's the bullets, right?
Oh my gosh. No, and the thing is, that would be the terrible thing is people will go, and that's the sad thing is like when the silver bullet hits you, doesn't matter where, you're dead. And they're like, what do you mean? You're dead.
You got 5 seconds before it kills you.
You better say one last word. They're like, what if you get shot in your pinky? It doesn't matter.
Don't matter.
I think if he grazes you, you have a little bit longer. And that could be an awesome thing is he's learned that. Mm-hmm. So if I imagine that. Okay, so if our main character gets shot by this negating death,
right?
How does it equal out? Does it limit it? Does his power negate the others? So is he just getting straight up shot and that's it? He's the only person, and that could be the terrible. Tim, this could be the terrible thing because he finally finds someone who he can torture. Oh gosh. Sorry, I'm just imagining because he's never got to beat somebody. He has to have his sons watch it. But could you imagine he has our main character tied up, hands above his head, Sherlock Holmes, dark game style, and he goes, never in my life have I got to.
Not hanging. This is the gunfight.
I want a part of him punching him.
This is the gunfight so that our main character can heal himself. Because he can't heal himself unless he's imbuing something.
You're right, but imagine if
or he could be imbuing the handcuffs with his healing.
I think I want how he gets away with it. Oh gosh. Okay, why? Okay, so what would cause the Silver Death and his sons pain and agony to and I want with these two being basically the embodiment of pain and agony, are they big, are they tense, are they weak, are they timid? What are these two like?
Fear and agony, not pain.
Oh yeah. I don't know, Tim. I don't know. I think agony is just the writhing in pain. I think that to me is just as scary as fear. Wait, no. What did I say? I think I messed up. I'm not going back.
Agony is just as terrifying as fear.
Yes.
I think it's the two, agony and fear. And fear comes in and he is
like, he's timid. Are we going to have them like a more serious pain and panic? Do we want him skinnier and then agony is bigger? Or do we want it to be the opposite, to be funny?
I think, they're identical twins. I think they're both... They're both similar. I mean, they can be a slightly different build, but I think they're the same, they're the same height. They've got the same look to them. Just one of them is maybe a little bit bulkier than the other, and that one's agony.
And I'm going to totally take a page off of Scarecrow's book, though, because I want him to imbue vials, and he throws them, and it's smoke. Mm-hmm. And he just throws smoke bombs, and it just gets the whole room terrified, and then agony will come. Like, they're just enforcers. Agony comes, kicks down the door, and when people try to fight him, they just touch him. And what would be terrible is I want to see someone, like, shoot him, and he just seems to just kind of shrug it off. It'd be cool, though, if, since, again, they're the only two people that their father can touch and like appreciate. They also just can't die. So these three, I feel like they just can't die. Mm-hmm. And they're kind of like our main character. It's not like they are death, and so they don't.
It's not like they can't die. It's just people are either in too much pain or absolutely terrified. They can't. They're just paralyzed with fear. They can't do anything. Mm-hmm. And that's when the Silver Death comes in, and he's like, "Good night."
Good night. And the thing is, he's like, yeah, ooh, oh, I'm loving this. I'm liking this one a lot. This is fun.
Yeah.
All from a random dream.
Magic Cowboys.
Magic Cowboys. All right, so we've got. Oh my gosh, that went by fast. I looked over 2 minutes ago. It was 30 minutes. Now it's 51. What happened? All right, so maybe maybe like 30 minutes at most. How would these two? Why would there be conflict between them? What's the goal? Why is there conflict? What's the deal? Is it because the trio of suffering, I don't know how it's to call them, do they hear about this little tiny sheriff and they're like, I want him? Like, I think
it's the other way around. Maybe the three come into his town and they end up torturing someone. And sheriff won't have it. And like he's heard the stories, he knows who they are. And he himself is terrified of these three. Like, again, he knows the stories. He's heard what they can do. But, he's our goody two-shoes. He's our Buster Scruggs. He knows what he's got to do.
I have never seen that.
I haven't either.
Okay.
I just know he's
a good cowboy.
He's the lawful good cowboy.
Lawful good cowboy.
I've never seen it. I know nothing other than he's a cowboy who wears white and doesn't miss.
Yeah. Tim, I had a thought. What if we talk for a little bit more, but we don't give them an ending? What if we stop giving endings for our little... What if we give the basics of the skeleton? We offer you guys to give us suggestions, and we add it, and maybe when we post the stories in the future in audio form, you see if it lands.
Or we come back to it with a second episode.
And we just read it all out in a nice typed out way before we publish it.
I like it.
I think that'll be fun.
Sure.
But I still think, I don't know, I feel like there's, what are we, I think, because we have a awesome, I like our hero, sheriff who imbues life. And he's cool, and he's good.
The lifeslinger.
And then, we have the lifeslinger, and then we literally have the Silver Death. I think I like it. I think it feels cowboyish. And
yeah.
they don't have, it's not Midas touch, right?
No.
They don't do those sort of things.
Can
people lose control, though, and lash out?
Yes.
Can you lose your temper?
Absolutely. I mean, everybody who's human.
So if
out.
You get emotional, if you are holding it, and that's what stinks for Chance is
right. A subconscious choice is made. Oftentimes, it's that fight or flight instinct. It's a subconscious choice that's made to preserve your life. And when you're getting upset and worked up, that subconscious choice just happens sometimes.
I just imagine one scene of the Silver Death. They're at a cowboy ball. And if anyone's read The Red Death from Edgar Allan Poe, I just imagine he walks in the party and he's like getting angry at all these there because everyone's like getting hopeful that this new sheriff will, stop him, and he's getting angry that they're all going behind his back. Like, I built this city. Like, he was a good man. I built this city. I did everything good for you. I built up that bank. I helped everything, and you all now turn on me.
A lot of people are going and they're hopeful for a second chance.
Yeah.
They don't have to be the thugs that most of them are.
I did everything for this town, and I have one bad instance, and now I'm cursed with this, and you all turn your back. And I just imagine he gets so angry, and he accidentally, he just gets angry. And
He imbues the
whole
floor.
floor, and you see all three. And I imagine everyone drops. Sheriff, like servers, everyone. And it's only, I say only, but that's terrible. But like, I'm talking 50 people, but you see three still standing. And what would be nuts is if our sheriff was in that scene. And we see everyone fall, but there's only 4 people left. And that's how he finds him. Could you imagine that scene? Everyone else fall. Or maybe he just looks at his boys and he goes, do it. And they both imbue everything. You see the smoke and you see everyone fall in agony and writhing. But you see our sheriff, he's life. He can, like, you can try to make him agonizing. But if you're so full of life, agony, and fear...
He's imbuing his clothes with healing.
And that's why they don't, maybe that's why they don't like him. That would be a fun, but I just think one scene though, maybe that's how the 2 boys meet him, is he just runs up and just lays one of them out and they're so shocked. Like, how is he standing? And it's a wrestling match and they realize that, oh my gosh, there's someone that we can touch and throw at and nothing hurts him. And they try shooting him, but he shoots him right back. And they're like, and they're leaving going, you shot my brother. You shot one of us. Daddy's going to be mad. And they leave. But then later, that would be an amazing scene.
Maybe he kills one of the brothers.
Later.
Maybe.
I think that would be...
I'm thinking here.
You think later?
I'm thinking right here. And he kills one of the brothers. And, you know, he shoots the first brother with a healing bullet. It's like, next one won't be healing. Leave. And then the other brother comes in and he ends up dropping dead. And so that first brother gets super mad.
Maybe he's not immune, but it takes a bit.
Mm-hmm. Who would we want to live?
I don't know. I think this might be... Oh, I don't know. Who would you all want? I think...
I
would want agony to maybe go, because that to me, like, I don't know, maybe fear would be the worst one. But
no, maybe agony dies and fear stays because the sheriff isn't immune to fear. He's immune to the agony, or at least...
You know what would be nuts is both men, or maybe both men, come up with knives. And he kind of laughs because he does. Maybe he's used to, I don't know, because if he gets imbued with like combustion, how would our... Well, again, he's learned to just be awesome.
Yeah.
Because I almost want to make him like, I don't want to make him like a Wolverine, but I kind of want him to. You know, he's a good version of
maybe he is able to just imbue himself with that healing.
But at one point though, I just want both the brothers, and the smoke's everywhere, and they realize that the smoke's having no effect. But it'd be cool if he sees, you know, 1 silhouette, and then 2, and then, you know, Chance is all confused and he's trying to fend them all off, and at one point they both stab him, and that's just too much. You have 2. And I don't want these guys to be average. I think there should still be levels.
Yeah.
I feel like if their daddy is, and I'm going to say daddy because it's just South, or at least Western, if he's S tier, and so is Chance, I want these boys to be A, but together they're S. You know, you have S tier fighting an S tier, and it's 2-on-1. I want one part that one stabs him through, one shoots him, and poor Chance goes, I'm scared. And I think the first fight would freak them out. First fight would freak Chance out.
First fight, they both live. Second fight, one of them dies.
I want it to be, I don't know. I don't know if I want to say anymore because I feel like we always spoil our stories, but I feel like this is getting good. Love interest, yes or no?
Nah.
It's a cowboy.
I know.
Okay, then
he could be married.
Then who?
He could be married, and that's why he's protecting this town.
Okay. Yeah, who is his... What is the catalyst that makes him want to get these guys? Did these two brothers come after they heard rumors of the good sheriff?
Maybe
one of their
maybe one of the people that they torture is his wife.
Ooh. I think there's a lot of things for it.
I don't know,
but
there's a lot we could do.
I think that
Could be his son, who's an older teenager.
yeah. But I think that we at least have a fun little world. I think we have a pretty good setup for a hero and villains. And I think all that from just a simple dream is pretty cool. And again, if you guys have had any weird dreams or any random ideas, we want to hear them.
We can turn your single sentences into a story.
If we try, if it's
Assuming
something,
it's something we can. Yeah.
we would love to try. How about that? We would love to try. Give us a little summary of a dream or a little story, because again, all Tim said was magic cowboys and guns, and I was torn by bullets and they healed me, and that brought us here. But I don't know if I want to say too much of a ending.
We can end it right there, and then I can make a Facebook post and say we need your ideas for an ending.
Yeah.
I have an idea of how I want this to end,
And me and Tim will talk about it,
but
just not with you guys.
I want to see what you guys come up with.
Yeah.
I think this would be fun.
So how would Chance, our life slinger, beat our trio of what does I say? Trio of suffering?
Sure.
Something like that. But Chance the life slinger against the Silver Death. I don't even know his name yet. We'll think of it, but the Silver Death just sounds just the scene of him making a whole room fall over and it's just him and Chance. Everyone else is dead and poor Chance is trying to heal people. Oh gosh, he's like trying to heal people, and he has to. Oh gosh,
Fans the hammer.
yeah, fans the
room.
hammer because that's the only way to bring people to life. And the Silver Death just laughs like, really? And oh no, it would be terrible though because he tries to shoot someone and it's just a limp body. And he goes, wow, shooting into bodies now, life slinger? That's just terrible. They're gone. Because I say so. And you're like, oh gosh. Oh, how does it feel not to heal? How does it feel to actually see death? Oh my gosh. Sorry. We will talk. You guys will not be included.
We'll end it there.
We'll end it there. Maybe we'll start filming these conversations and there'll be stuff we post later after the story. I don't know. I want things to. I don't know. Are you happy with what we've got so far?
I'm satisfied with my care.
Are you satisfied with your care? Good.
In the words of our DM, me. I think we're gonna end it there for tonight.
I will. And in other words, you surely can try.
Yep. Come up with ideas.
Yeah.
Send us your ideas.
You certainly can try.
Doesn't have to be related to this video or to this episode.
No.
This story. It can be whatever you want. If you want us to talk about a kid in high school who gets bullied all the time, we can come up with something. If you want to tell a story about an airplane that's sentient and decides to eat its passengers, we can try something. I don't care. Come up with ideas.
Tim doesn't like horror though.
I don't.
But now I want to see the yum 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 yum. Probably shouldn't talk about airplanes right now with all the bad luck that's been happening. So
Well, yeah.
yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah,
I think
that's a good place to end, and I'm
place
pretty
to
happy
end.
with it. So, but just remember to just share your stuff, and and I'll let Tim send us off.
cool. Yeah. Again, you know where to find us. We got Facebook, we got Instagram, we've got. Do we have
YouTube.
Instagram?
Instagram,
We have
YouTube,
the
TikTok.
YouTube.
We have a email. I will put it down.
do.
Link below. Send us. And seriously, whoever sends us an email, you will automatically get an episode. And actually, we might be having a guest in the near future, so I'm excited for
true.
that. So
I'm also excited. I think that'll be a lot.
someone reached out to us and said, "I have an idea and I'd like to sit down." And I was like, "Okay, that's crazy. All
You
right,
can do that too.
you can do it too."
Cool. Well, until next time, be kind, love each other, Try to make your words heal, not hurt. And we will see you later, pitches.
Bye.